He is an associate professor at AIACT and Art since May 2011 and has been appointed as in charge academics of the college since August 2011. He did his BE in Computer Science and Engineering from Rohilkhand.
Chaplain to the chairperson of the session, Dr. Pooja Gupta ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ruchi ma'am. Now let me introduce the third session chair of today's afternoon, Dr. Ashish Khanna. Dr. Ashish Khanna, IEEE member 2019, senior member 2020, MACM, Associate Professor MAIT, is in teaching, entrepreneurship, and research with specialization in CSE. He has done postdoc from Intel Brazil and University of Valladolid, Spain, PhD degree from NIT Kurukshetra, MTech and BTech from GGS ITU. He has 210 research papers, including 102 papers in top SCI Index Journal. Now, I would like to invite Ashish Sharma sir to present the sapling to the chairperson of the session, Dr. Ashish Khanna. Now I would like to invite Savita ma'am to present the sapling to the chairperson of session, Dr. Ashish Khanna sir. Thank you, Savita ma'am. Now it's time to start our session of Second International Symposium on Securing Next Generation System using Future Artificial Intelligence Technologies.
There were 91 papers submitted for the peer review to this symposium. And out of these, only 6 papers were accepted for the symposium as regular papers. 5 papers in CEUR, workshop proceeding, and 1 paper in SQL book chapter. Today, 2 papers will be presented in offline mode and rest of the 4 papers will be in online mode. It should be noted that the 15 minutes duration has to be given to all the teams to present their work, including question answer session. Now I would like to call upon the first paper author having paper ID 51 with paper title Digital Twinning in Intelligent Farming Systems.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much.
Shalu, please share the PPT on Zoom as well.
Sorry for inconvenience. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for MAIT for providing me such type of opportunity. And secondly, I'm thankful to all the jury member who accept my paper. So my name is Ankur Rawat. I'm from Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad, and my project is based on digital tuning in intelligent farming system. Sir, this is not working. Okay. मेरे में तो आ गया. My presentation contains such topic: abstract, introduction, literature review, research graph, proposed methodology, result and discussion, comparative analysis, conclusion, and future work and reference regarding my projects and my research. Abstract of my research. The agricultural industry need to adopt the latest technology to manage and market crops in more efficient manner. By using IoT and other digital solutions, farmer can increase their yield and profitability by streamlining the process of controlling and marketing their crops. Digital farming aims to provide customers and farmers with a range of solutions to address current issues such as resource management and food security. Digitalization can also help prevent crop hoarding and establish optimal price for crops throughout the year. By using digital twin, all crop availability can be displayed in one location, making contact farming possible without needing a large number of fields in one area. हाँ ऐसे ही चल लेंगे अभी दिख रही है इसमें तो यही रहेगा इसमें भी you can share your advancement you can share advancement You can start sharing also full screen. Yeah, full screen. सही तो आ नहीं जैसे मैं तो थर्ड पे आ गया लेकिन वहाँ पे टू पे रहता है वो नेट का इशू है तो फिर यहाँ से होने लगे
Sir, I think we can move on with this only for this PPT.
This approach can encourage corporate investors in agriculture and increase the export of crops between the countries. Additionally, the use of a digital tool allows us to keep track of all the services, agreement, and transaction between the farmer and merchant on a transparent platform. Using IoT devices that utilize machine learning algorithm, we can automatically determine relevant price and check the quality of crops. This will enable farmers to get the best value for their crops while providing consumers with high quality produce. Overall, digitization can resolve the agriculture industry and help us address current and future challenges. So introduction of my research paper is the use of digital twin technology in combination with IoT system can significantly improve crop management and sales. Digital twins technology involves creating a virtual replica of a physical object or system, which can be used to simulate and analyze different scenarios and outcomes. Real-time data on various aspects of the farms, such as soil moisture level, temperature, and humidity, can be collected using IoT system. This data can be used to update the digital twin and make prediction about future cost yield, potential pest outbreak, and other factors that could affect the success of the farm. Digital twin technology and IoT system can also be utilized for crop selling. Data on crop quality, quantity, and market price can be collected and used by the digital twin to predict the best time to sell the crop for maximum profit. In addition, IoT sensors and digital twins can assist farmers in optimizing their crop management practices by identifying areas for improvement, such as modifying irrigation schedule or utilizing different fertilizers. This can result in increased crop yield and a more efficient and environmentally friendly farming operation. The combination of digital twin technology and IoT system has a potential to transform crop management and sales empowerment. Yes, sir. Sir, please louder. You are not audible. Yes, sir. Okay. So, what can I do, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. सर जो मैंने अपने डिस्कशन पेपर में लिखा है उसी चीज को सर कन्वे कर रहा हूँ थ्रू माय प्रेजेंटेशन. सर दिस इज अ प्रेजेंटेशन. सर रिसर्च पेपर लिखा है और इसके ऊपर एक प्रोजेक्ट भी मैंने कर रखा है जो भी पब्लिश हो चुका है. पेटेंट उसका पब्लिश हो चुका है. यस सर. इसके लिए सर 2-3 रिसर्च पेपर पढ़े थे मैंने. So this is my first presentation, so I don't know how to write presentation. And sir, दो दिन से मैं सोया भी नहीं क्योंकि सर एक हैकाथॉन में मैं था. वो भी सर IEEE से स्पॉन्सर था. और सर कल रात में सर इन्होंने सर फॉर्मेट सेंड किया कि मुझे बनाना है, तो सर उसी नींद में मैंने बना के और मैं सुबह यहाँ. यस सर. Yes, sir. So digital twin means create a replica of real objects, and by using that replica, we can we can use something in virtual manner. Sir, for example, सर अगर मैं अपने प्रोजेक्ट से रिलेटेड बताऊं डिजिटल टन का यूज, ओके सर, ओके सर, ओके सर, मैं ऐसे ही आपको बता देता हूँ सर। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आपको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग करनी है, यू नो व्हाट इज मीन ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग। जब एक कंपनी, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन किसी फार्मर्स के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करती है, तो वो सर किसी पर्टिकुलर फार्मर के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कभी नहीं करेगी। वो सर जाएगी और किसी पर्टिकुलर विलेज को या बहुत बड़े डिस्ट्रिक्ट को एक बार में ही सर ऑक्युपाई कर लेगी, और उनकी जो डिमांड्स होंगी वो उन फार्मर्स को पूरी करनी होंगी। साथ ही साथ वो एक एग्रीमेंट साइन कर देते हैं, एक एग्रीमेंट बना देते हैं कि इस पर्टिकुलर प्राइस पे ही हम आपसे क्रॉप को खरीदेंगे। अब मार्केट में वो प्राइस ज्यादा हो रहा है, मार्केट में वो प्राइस कम हो रहा है, ये जो डिपेंड नहीं करती। जिस प्राइस पे वो एग्रीमेंट बना होता है उसी प्राइस पे उनको सेल और परचेज करना होता है। सो अगर एक स्मॉल फार्मर है वो कभी भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग तभी पॉसिबल है जब पूरा विलेज साथ में मिलकर एक कंपनी के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग करना चाहे। तो सर फॉर एग्जांपल yes sir, no sir, yes sir, I am from farming background. Yes sir, sir, फॉर एग्जाम्पल सर मैं बोलूँ बात सर, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपकी कंपनी है पार्ले, आप वीट परचेज करना चाहते हैं, बट वीट परचेज करने के लिए आप पूरे विलेज के साथ एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट डील करेंगे, एक इंडिविजुअल के साथ आप नहीं करेंगे। बट बाय यूजिंग डिजिटल ट्विन आप क्या कर सकते हैं, आप एक रेप्लिका क्रिएट कर सकते हैं क्लाउड पर। तो एक डिजिटल विलेज क्रिएट हो गया। अब उस डिजिटल विलेज में एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का काम है, क्योंकि हमें पता है हमारे फार्मर्स इतने पढ़े लिखे नहीं है कि वो इस तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर सके। इसके लिए मैंने लेफ्ट में दिखा रखा है किस तरीके से एक पढ़ा लिखा फार्मर, और अगर वो पढ़ा लिखा ना भी हो तो किस तरीके से इस टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर सकता है। साथ में वो जो वर्चुअल रेप्लिका है उस पर उसने खुद को रजिस्टर कर दिया। रजिस्टर करने के बाद जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस चीज को मैनेज कर रही है उसने अलग अलग प्लेस से अलग अलग फार्मर्स को ले लिया। अब उनके पास लैंड है जो कि वर्चुअली प्रेजेंट है, कहीं पर क्लाउड में वर्चुअली प्रेजेंट है, और उसका यूज करके वो लोग थ्रू ट्रांसपोर्टेशन मीडियम हम अपनी क्रॉप्स को एक जगह से उठा के दूसरी जगह से उठा के उनके जो आपकी कंपनी है पार्ले जी, तो वहां पर आकर हम आपको प्रोवाइड करा देंगे। सो इससे होगा ये कि जो कंपनी है उसको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करने के लिए सिर्फ और सिर्फ उस वर्चुअल मीडियम के ऊपर डिपेंड रहना पड़ेगा, और जो फार्मर्स हैं उनको सिर्फ और सिर्फ वहां पर आके अपने को रजिस्टर कराना पड़ेगा। सिंपल। हाँ यस मैम, वो यस मैम, वो डिफरेंट विलेज से भी हो सकता है, वो डिफरेंट डिस्ट्रिक्ट से भी हो सकता है। वो इस रेप्लिका का यूज करके वहां पर अपने आप को रजिस्टर करके अपनी फार्म वो जो उसकी गुड्स हैं उसको सेल कर सकता है। मैम पॉसिबल है, बट टेक्नोलॉजी आप क्या यूज करेंगे? आप एक वर्चुअल रेप्लिका बनाने के लिए डिजिटल ट्विन मेथड को यूज करेंगे। आपको अगर बनाना है तो उसके लिए आपको एक वर्चुअल वो बनाना पड़ेगा, एक वर्चुअल गांव जरूर बनाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आपका काम होगा कि जब भी आप अगर आपकी लेस की कंपनी है तो लेस की जो चिप्स बनते हैं उनका जो पोटैटो होता है वो भी पेटेंट होता है, तो आपको वो सीड्स हमें प्रोवाइड कराने पड़ेंगे। उसको प्रोवाइड कराने के लिए आपको एक सिस्टम जरूर बिल्ड करना पड़ेगा जिसके थ्रू आप फार्मर्स को वो चीज प्रोवाइड कराएंगे। Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, you are not clearly audible, sir. Yes, sir. Farmers as well as contractor. So tuning in real world village to convert into virtual world village. The company 1 is a virtual village, company 2 is a virtual village, and the person is real world. Person present in real world. Company 1, company 2, company 3, company 4 is a virtual village. This is not a company. This is a village created by a company. And this person is from the different villages. Sir, please pardon. Conclusion of my research paper is digitalization provides farmers with access to data insights that can help them make better decisions and optimize their operation. By using data analytics and precision agriculture technologies, farmers can reduce waste, increase yield, and improve productivity on their farms. This is a particularly important in the current economic climate, where profit margins are often slim. By gathering and analyzing data on their crops, farmers can make more informed decisions about when to plant, water, fertilize.
Just confusion. Not the reading of the whole paragraph, but you have
So by using the digital twin method, we providing best price to the farmer, we providing a contract farming to an individual person, and we by using artificial intelligence, we providing lots of benefit to the farmers as well as consumers. Ma'am, for example, in harvesting season, you are a woman, so you know how to, your bargaining skill is much more than a man. So you know, in harvesting season, if you go to the market and you want to buy an onion, so you can buy onion in 20 rupees. But in non-harvesting season, you can buy onion on 80 rupees. It is right. So when we have a data कि हमारे पास कितना अनियन क्रिएट हुआ है, हमने सब हर एक फार्मर से थ्रू आर्टिकल वो चीज मतलब ले ली कि हमारे पास कितना डेटा कलेक्ट हुआ है, हमारे पास सप्लाई प्रेजेंट है, डिमांड भी प्रेजेंट है, सप्लाई प्रेजेंट है, तुम होल ईयर के लिए उस चीज को कर सकते हैं। 5 रुपए किलो में अगर आप आलू खरीदते हैं, इसका मतलब जो फार्मर है वो 1 रुपए किलो में बेच रहा है। अगर और वही आलू हार्वेस्टिंग सीजन के बाद आप 20 रुपए में खरीदते हैं। यस मैम, मैंने इस डाटा पे रिसर्च भी की है मैम, अभी तो नहीं शो कर सकता हूँ, बट हाँ आप गूगल कर सकते हैं। और या वहां पर एक चीज और मिलेगी, इंडिया इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम फूड सरप्लस क्राइसिस। हमारे पास इतना खाना है कि वो वेस्ट हो रहा है और उसके बाद भी हमारे वहां लोग मर रहे हैं भूख की वजह से, ड्यू टू डिसमैनेजमेंट। सो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इंप्रूव दिस। मैम मैंने इसी पे काम किया है, डिफरेंट आर्टिकल्स को पढ़ा है। मैम दिस इज नॉट एमएल मॉडल, तो मैंने किसी डेटा पे तो नहीं रिसर्च की, बट हाँ मैंने चीजें पढ़ी, मैंने इसके थ्रू एक प्रोजेक्ट भी पेटेंट किया, वो भी पब्लिश हो चुका है और इस पे मैंने काम किया था। Sir, VR is a virtual reality, and digital twin, virtual reality means you can see everything in a virtual manner. But sir, digital twin means a replica which is not you can in VR you can feel something, you can touch and you can feel, but in digital twin they are present in the cloud, but we can feel. It is used for a some company wise manner and otherwise you can feel, we can touch. This is the basic difference between VR and digital.
एक गांव में एक 100 लोग तो नहीं कर रहे, इसमें एक कह रहा है कि नहीं एक बंदा एक जर्नी कर सकता है।
एक बंद
15 विलेज या 20 विलेज है आसपास की, तो मान लो उनमें से सिर्फ एक किसान कहता है कि हम कर लेंगे, तो यही बात है ना। तो वो उसका उसमें वो ट्रेनिंग करके वर्चुअल एक विलेज जैसा बना करके, तो उसमें चाहे 20 लोग गाँव के किसान है उसमें,
तभी वो एक विलेज क्रिएट हो गया और यस सर।
तो इसमें ये फिजिकली कनेक्टेड नहीं है वो,
हाँ, एक वर्चुअली कनेक्टेड है और थ्रू ट्रांसपोर्टेशन
क्या मिलेगा, वो पूरा फिजिकली काफी सारा लैंड होता है, तो उसमें बड़ी मशीनें यूज करके सस्ता पड़ता है।
यस सर।
यहाँ तो सस्ता पड़ेगा
सर
किसान को खुद ही सब कुछ करना है, जो कुछ आप बता रहे हैं वो सारा कुछ कंपनी के फायदे का है।
नहीं सर, फार्मर्स के फायदे में भी रहेगा
फार्मर का क्या मानना है
सर? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल
क्वालिटी वगैरह को क्वालिटी की वो उसको दे रहे हैं कि उस क्वालिटी का नहीं जनरेट हुआ वो फार्मर को मना करते हैं। फार्मर का क्या फायदा है इसमें कंपनी का तो सारा फायदा है।
यस सर।
जो तुम्हारा
सर
फार्मर को क्या फायदा है?
सर फार्मर को पहला फायदा तो ये है कि उनको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग करने को मिलेगा, पहली चीज। दूसरी चीज सर, मार्केट में क्या होने वाला है।
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग इतनी अच्छी होती है तो किसान को बैठे होते हैं
सर, किसान कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग हो रही है सर। ये जो 3 सर लॉ आए थे जिनकी अभी आप बात कर रहे हैं कि धरने पे जो इस पे सर, यस सर, उसमें एक था कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग का था। मैंने उसको पढ़ा अच्छे से, एनालाइज किया, जिसमें कई प्रॉब्लम्स भी थी। आप यू आर राइट सर, उसमें कई सारी प्रॉब्लम्स भी थी, उसका सोल्यूशन भी इसमें है सर। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कंपनी सर हमेशा कैपेबल होगी वन साइडेड बनाने के लिए, हमेशा सर। सर आई एम अंकुर, सर आई एम अंकुर मैम। 4th ईयर। यस मैम।
Thanks for the information of all the participants in the session here and everybody who is present here. There is only 15 minutes time for each participant. So we have to find out your work for 15 minutes. Question answer I'm getting this, right?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankur. Now I would like to call upon the second team having paper ID 52 with the paper title Implementation of Property Rental Website Using Blockchain with Soul-Bound Tokens for the Reputation and Review System. And this is for the information that all rest of the papers will be in online mode. This is the last one who is going to present in offline mode.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanskar Sharma, and I'm a student of Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology. And I'm here to present my paper, Implementation of Property Rental Website Using Blockchain with Soulbound Tokens for Reputation and Reviews. Okay, so basically, the e-commerce websites, housing rental websites have flourished in the past. In this last decade, they have increased the number of users that are using these websites. Post-pandemic, this number has ever increased again. The convenience that these websites provide over traditional methods is immense, and therefore the number of users is also large. Yes. Ma'am, just the abstract and the introduction part, I thought that it would be exact from the paper. Rest I have done in points, and I'll be explaining the entire section, and I'll not be just reading it. Okay, ma'am. Yes, again so. But these e-commerce websites also face some challenges, which are mainly revolving around trust, reliability, and accountability. What this paper proposes is the use of a soul-bound token-based ecosystem in this housing rental arena. This would produce a trustworthy and reliable network for all its users. Some of the frauds that the people face are delay in rent and security payment, lack of background checks, lack of credible review system for properties and reputation, and sometimes fraud identities that people form. A non-fungible, non-transferable token, that is a soul-bound token, can be used to track the reputation of a user across the website. Also, it would also increase a reputation system. I'm so sorry. This would introduce a reputation system, and only tenant and user landlord relationship users can give each other reviews, which would again increase the credibility of review system and would prevent from review bombing. Some of the related works in this field were Decentralized Society Finding Web3 Soul. This was the first paper that introduced soul-bound tokens and their applications. It showed how identity is responsible and would maintain more accountability and authenticity in the Web3 era that we are living. The next two papers worked on how blockchain can be used to present a more reliable reputation system. Design of blockchain smart contract, a use case for real estate. This paper was the first paper that introduced blockchain in the real estate arena. Housing rental schemes based on a redactable blockchain also worked on real estate in blockchain arena, but it introduced a redactable blockchain. That is, it first would introduce a regulatory party that would verify the documents and would ultimately then push anything to the blockchain. And finally, the last paper that we studied was working on an alliance chain. Instead of a redactable blockchain, it worked on an alliance chain, that is a peer-to-peer network for verifying the users. Some of the research gaps that we faced were, first, limited empirical evaluation. We don't know how the user would interact with this review system or how ultimately credible it would be. Secondly, scalability and performance challenge, which was a bigger research gap that we are studying right now, is that how well would the system evaluate in its efficiency when the number of user data and property data would increase. Lastly, security and privacy implications. Since soul-bound tokens are a very recent concept, it is also yet to be discovered what could be the possible attacks and what could be their preventive measures for this. Now, this is the proposed methodology in a use case diagram that I'm going to demonstrate. A user can register to the network and then they would be provided with an, yes. Yes, ma'am, I tried, but, oh, next. Yes. On registering, a user would be provided with an entry token, soulbound token. This is the soulbound token that would be used to track the user's reputation across their time on the decentralized app. Now, the user could either list a property or could act as a tenant on a listed property. In listing a property, they would go to the property factory sold, that is the smart contract, theoretical smart contract that we have thought about. And that would implement a template that is a property contract. This would actually increase, I'm so sorry. This would actually form a property contract for the respected property, and all the rental transactions would occur on this smart contract. The user applies as a tenant. Once they have paid the security money successfully, this security money would be saved in the smart contract on the respected property that they have applied on, and they would be provided with a deal token soulbound token. This is like a rental agreement between these two parties, and this would be used for all their interactions in future. During the time, tenant could give review to the properties, and landlord could give warning or review to the user. This would be upper bounded by a limit, like not unlimited reviews and warnings that a user could give. And this would be, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. On? Yeah, surely, sir. So basically, what we are trying to do, our objective was, yes. So we have implemented as we have deployed one on Polygon chain, and also on the local chains we have developed. Basically, 3 smart contracts would be used for this entire model that we are presenting. One would be an admin.sol that would manage the entry token SBD. An entry token SBD is basically the token that would be used for reputation system. Secondly, would be the property factory .sol. And this would be basically used for listing a property. Now, why we need separate contracts for like each property is because it would further take less gas in all transactions. So we have to, since obviously it's blockchain and we need to think about the gas efficiency as well in every step. So it would improve our gas efficiency. And finally, we have property.sol, which is a template contract and won't be deployed on initial deployment, but would be deployed once a user would, list their property and have their all documents verified. So yes, sir. So this property.sol contract would, like every property would have a different property.sol contract with their basic data stored in it and hash of the data. Like we are not directly storing the property images, which I was going to cover in the next slide. We are not directly storing documents like this. We are storing them in a decentralized network and storing the hash on these individual contracts. So these contracts would have the property data hashes, as well as all the rental transactions like pay rent, withdraw rent, give review to the property, give warning to the tenant, all these, and end tenant time, of course. All these would happen on this property template .sol contract. Yes, sir. So what advantage blockchain gives us is, first of all, transparency. And second of all transactions. See, first of all, I'm going to explain a little bit on transparency. Transparency would make sure that no misfraud or fraudulent activities that would happen in normal cash systems, that would be avoided if everything is on chain. Every transaction, every extra minimization of rent payment or any delay in security payment, that would all be transparent. Yeah. I'm so sorry, sir. You're not. What is the? Yeah, surely, sir. So basically, this logic came from again, firstly that paper that we read, and then Binance. Binance is the largest network of blockchain trading. They came up with this process of Binance account bound token. What they did was they have allowed free minting of this token, and once the user has done their KYC with their account. So what happens if a user has done KYC with their account? Then the soulbound token will be bound to that account, right? And it is because it's non-transferable and non-fungible. This cannot be manipulated, and this cannot be, like transferred to any other account. If my reputation is something, my behavior on one renting site and other renting site are changing, it would stay the same, whatever my reputation is. So using soulbound token, what it has helped us is that the non-transferability and the cryptographic hashing that the blockchain uses in storing these contracts, that has provided this security and credibility in reputation. Yes. Yes. So basically, non-fungible tokens are part of blockchain. Non-fungible token is a token that cannot be changed, right? Soulbound token is a new concept that is coming, which is a non-transferable, non-fungible token. Like non-fungible tokens could be transferred. So that's why they were used in assets mainly, like land probably that, people sell. So NFT of land is a big project these days. But what soulbound token does is it focuses on the identity portion of the user. And that's why our project could also, have another scope in proof of attendance as well. Like how people are actually, like on a spot. Proof of attendance is basically that someone has attended an event or something like that. So soulbound is a non-transferable, non-fungible token. Yes, sir. Yes. Technical correlation between NFT and soulbound token, why you have not used NFT? So basically, why we are using token in this project is we want to bound it to the account of the person. Like we want individual identity in this section. We want blockchain as a payment system as a whole, but we want individual identity for like reputation and review what we are saying. So that's why if I use NFT, simple NFT for this purpose, NFT is transferable, right? But soulbound token isn't transferable. And since it, like it hasn't been implemented, but if important documents like Aadhaar card or something like that could be linked to it, then it is something that, not many fake accounts could be made. Like if I go right now, I could make multiple accounts on MetaMask. But if I have a soulbound account linked to an account, then that won't be transferred. Property can be transferred then money. Sir, not for property. That's why for property I am using. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that portion, property rental website is the portion of transaction is on blockchain. The entire transactions, the entire review that the property will hold will operate on the smart contract function. But the reputation and review system and the rental agreement system would work on the soulbound tokens because these are non-transferable properties. Yes. Can you explain the non-transferable property? What you mentioned, because properties are transferable, rental agreements are also transferable. Yes, sir. Surely. By saying non-transferable properties, I meant like a user's past history of how he lived somewhere and how he behaved somewhere. For instance, this is something that will be, like this is not something that should be transferred or tampered with in centralized network, which could happen. And deal token, which was the second soulbound token, is a rental agreement that shows that, okay, this was actually for the proof of attendance protocol. Like this person has stayed this duration over there, right? This will, like this is something that won't change in the future. This is something that will maintain. So that's why we use soulbound tokens for this. Yes, sir. And again, entry token was for the reputation and review. So that's why that was for the soulbound token. Yes, that's it. What about the implementation? So 3 smart contracts were built: admin.soul, propertyfactory.soul, and property.soul. Admin.soul had a gas. Yes. Can you show so can I show it in my laptop? I actually didn't know that we would be using this laptop. I have the transactional gas. Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Sanskar. Now I would like to call upon next team having paper ID 91 with paper title Risk Monitoring for Confidentiality of Healthcare Data. This paper will be in online mode. The technical team is requested to cooperate in continuing of the session.
Paper number 91.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Yes, sir, we are.
Sharing it all.
Aditya, are you presenting?
Yes, sir, I am present.
Yeah, please share your screen.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is, Aditya.
So should I go on with the presentation?
Is that Ahmed?
Yes, sir, I'm present. Yes, sir.
Who's
Yes,
present?
Sir, I am the author of this paper, co-author.
Yes, kindly start.
Yeah. So very good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Aditya Jeet Paul, and today I'm here to present our paper titled Risk Monitoring for Confidentiality of Healthcare. This paper was co-authored by me along with my classmate Ahmed Farah Siddiqui and our professor Shushruth Mishra, sir. And we all are from KIT. KIT stands for Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology. So these are the topics that we are going to cover into this presentation. So to start with, we'll go on to the abstract. So before going into the security aspect of our securing the data when it comes to healthcare industry, we must know what IOMT is. IOMT stands for Internet of Medical Things, which is a component of IoT for the healthcare industry. Because of IOMT, we are able to increase the accuracy, reliability, and efficiency of healthcare industry. IOMT deals with physical items in the real world, so it becomes more important for us to make sure that we prevent all kinds of unauthorized access. Is everything all right? Okay, I just continue. In this, okay, so in this paper, we have looked into the traditional methods of implementation of risk of access control methods, following which we looked into 3 latest access control method, and we also went into what could be the possible future of this IOMT and how
HDMI वहाँ तो नहीं लगता है HDMI केबल अंदर से हो कोई HDMI केबल या समथिंग नहीं है
इतनी लंबी नहीं होगी
माइक से जब लिफ्ट करके देखो
चलने तो भाई दिख रहा है अहमद
Hello. Yes.
Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, sir, I'm able to listen.
You just come to your work.
इसकी आवाज वहाँ आ सकती है स्पीकर्स में
ये आवाज बहुत आ रही है हाँ
करना ऑडियो
ले जाता है
कर रहे हैं यहीं से कर देंगे ऑक्स केबल ला रहे हैं ना ऑक्स केबल ला रहे हैं
what's going
Sir, the aux cable is being arranged. Please give us 5 minutes. वहाँ पे audio चल जाएगा and you'll be able to communicate with this laptop.
तो बात फिलहाल ये अच्छा तो सर अहमद अहमद या माने अहमद
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ahmed, beta, come to your work, right? Just leave around this kind of introduction and all. Just show us what you have done.
Aditya, sir, his name is Aditya.
Excuse me, sir. Actually, I am the one who's presenting. My name is
Aditya.
Aditya Paul. I'll just continue again from the current side. So let's get into the introduction part. Otherwise, it will be a little bit difficult for us to understand the entire aspect of what we have done. So as we were saying that IOMT is...
Next slide pe aao.
Okay, so let's go to what is... So we need to understand what is access control method.
Next slide pe aao.
Next slide.
हाँ, objective दो.
हाँ, ठीक है sir. So objective हमारा paper का क्या था? So we had to so we tried to understand what kind of problem healthcare industry faces when it comes to data sharing, and also like we had, so for that we tried to come up with 3 different solutions to that using access control methods. We looked into the traditional ones as well as the three new ones, so that we can somewhat compare between them. And also we discussed what could be the potential future and what are the drawbacks, or where these the access control methods that we have discussed can potentially be used. So so we now we need to look into the literature review. So the first paper that we looked into several papers, but these are the most important and they stand out. The first paper was actually the introduction of access control method. This was written in way back in 1990s. After that, the second paper showed how these things are actually implemented.
Ahmed, next.
Okay. These are the 3 papers that on which our papers are based. The 3 new.
Ahmed, आपने क्या किया बेटा उस पे आओ.
Sir, the thing is that Ahmed is not presenting. I'm Aditya.
Okay, carry on. Results and discussion. Bolo beta.
Okay, so result on discussion. So क्या हो रहा है कि in today's scenario, a lot of things are getting digitalized. Healthcare industry is not behind it. So when it comes to information and communication technologies, and there are systems like bring your own device, क्या हो रहा है कि there is a significant increase in the possibility of our data getting access by people who we don't want to. So that's why we looked into the traditional ways in which we can save. In traditional, there are basically 3 ways. Those are mandatory access-based control, discretionary access-based control, and role-based access-based control. Among them, we have found out that role-based access control turned out to be somewhat better than the other 2. So we looked into 3 new access-based controls method, which are somewhat based on somewhat modification of our role-based access control method. So now we shall look into the 3 newest. We will look into the comparative analysis of the 3 new access control methods that we have used. The first one is SADAC, SADAC in short, we can say. So it stands for security-based access, dynamic access control. So the features of this access control method is it allows granular access control on users' attributes, fine-grained permissions for access control, and advanced discretionary capabilities. So in case, when it comes to use case, we can use this access control. It is suitable for the environment where well-defined access attribute-based permissions are there or present. The second one that we have used is known as multi-level attribute-based access control model. So the features of this is it's a hierarchy model, so it becomes easier for us to implement. Logically, implementation becomes easier because we know where and what we should put. Again, so even the policies are known from prior. Now, where can we use it? There are circumstances where we need multiple levels of security. In such circumstances, we can use MLS ABAC. And the last model that we have used is dynamic and fine-grained role-based access control. As we were talking about our role-based access control previously, this one is somewhat a modified version of it. In this access control method, we are able to dynamically change or assign roles to the users. So anywhere, any place where dynamic allocation of access is required, we can use DF RBAC. In case when now we need to look into future and conclusion. So as I was saying, the trend of digitization is increasing. It's every sector, every industry is somewhat adapting to it. Healthcare industry at some point of time, due to issues, at some point of time will adopt it. Now it's not very much prevalent, but in future certainly it will be. So so we have tried to show that where it can be actually used. First would be the electronic health records. Electronic health records. Electronic health records are nothing. Mainly are the records that are present today, this day, but in a digitalized form. So the problem of such records could be that it should be only the doctor and the patient should actually be able to access this record. We don't want other people to access it. So that's why the models that we have discussed comes into function here, so that we can implement here and come up with a system that prevents unauthorized access to the electronic health records. Again, then the other thing would be the pharmaceutical industries and its use. These days, everything generates data, and anyone who can harvest upon the data will win when it comes to business or every aspect. So again, we don't want that data to be accessed by other people. That's why we used access control methodologies. The next would be the edge computing. Edge computing is a new concept, but we have seen its rapid implementation across. So using edge computing, we can it could be used for remote treatment, in case that we can come up with sensors that we can attach to the patient's body, and the doctor could be sitting in a faraway position. So using edge computing, we can enable that. And again, we need to protect the data. So yeah, and these are the references that we have used. Some of them, there are several, but these are the important ones. So that's all we had to present. Now we are open to any questions that might occur.
Okay, tell me one thing that you mentioned about that edge computing. How edge computing is beneficial?
So, sir, for that, I would like to first go try to explain what edge computing actually is. Edge computing.
You did not have to tell what edge computing is. I'm just asking.
Okay, certainly, sir. So, as we know, these edge computing devices, they have computational power. It might be limited. So we can come up with a system which is connected with the cloud, a cloud-based system, and it could be in terms of sensors. Suppose I'm from the Northeast. In case there are circumstances where people from our part of the country need to go to the metropolitan cities, but it's not always possible. We can come up with sensors which can be attached or which to the patient sitting right here, and the various kinds of reading can be sent to the doctor sitting in some metropolitan city.
And this is not the answer. This is not the answer. Kindly read what edge computing is and how it is beneficial for the same. Okay.
Yes, sir, I would like to differ. Edge computing is the implementation of IoT-based sensors,
edge computing is only used to reduce the latency. Okay, just read and brush up your concept.
Yes, sir, latency, but yeah, so we can use, actually,
please don't argue what we are saying. Kindly listen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, next question.
Bache, Aditya.
Yes, sir.
When you are talking about access control models, so you must have heard about access control matrices.
Matrices, in terms of, yes, the matrix, it appears in DAC, in which
listen to my question. If you understand what is access control matrix, then let me know what is the subject and what is the object.
Yes, so subject would be subject could be the users, the operators, and the object would be the data on which we are working, sir.
Chale, theek hai. Thank you so much. Okay, next.
Sir, should I next?
Yes, you can leave now.
Okay, thank you, sir.
next in the waiting.
I would like to call upon Ms. Paper IT 17 with paper writing and efficient heart disease prediction model using particle scan optimized and temporal classifier model.
Priyanka, the PPT is visible. You can start now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Priyanka Dhaka, and I'm going to represent the paper on... Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you are, Priyanka.
Yes, thank you. An efficient heart disease prediction model using particle swarm optimization.
Excuse me, Priyanka.
Yes, sir.
Can you please open your webcam?
All right. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Am I visible?
Not yet.
Am I visible, sir? Sir, my camera is open. Am I visible?
2 minutes.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, please start.
So my topic of research paper is an efficient heart disease prediction model using particle swarm optimization assembled classifier model. Basically, my research is on the heart disease data set that has been initialized on, as we all know.
I am interrupting you
Yes, sir.
in the starting itself, but
yes, sir.
Earlier the presentation was from BTech students. Now, as you are a PhD student, it is expected at least that how to design a PPT. So much of text should not be there on one PPT.
Sir, I know actually the format that we get yesterday, it is all about the abstract introduction. In PPT, mostly abstract is not there.
You can
so we all have made
data,
according.
You can place the data in bullet form, na?
Sir, actually, I'm not rectifying that.
Okay,
but
okay.
Yeah,
just go ahead.
So that was the only confusion that was being there in mind. Yeah. Sorry, sir.
Yes, go ahead, please.
So yeah. So basically, the heart disease is a disease we can't predict it before, like no people will able to feel uneasiness before it gets started on. So for that, there is a huge need of identifying that, and IoT itself is playing a very good role initialized towards it. But there are there are a lot of security issues that we are once facing into it, and also the results, the accuracy measures are quite low inside that field. So in this paper, the basic research that I have worked upon is providing an optimization algorithm over the classifiers to predict its accuracy, specificity, F measure, and sensitivity of the data. So inside that, so basically like here we can go with the literature review, in which I have just reviewed few papers in which the optimization algorithm has been used. Even some feature selection is also used in few of them, but still there are some limitations to it. Like if there is an optimization algorithm that is being applied, there are some security measures that are being considered over. Few of them are facing the overfitting issue. Few of them are facing the normalization issue, like the data sets are being not normalized properly. And like in this paper, like if previously before the CNN network is considered normal machine learning algorithms like decision tree and all, on which we were, I'm just once reading the paper, there are also like contagious patient monitoring was done, but it has also been affected by the like the effectiveness that we are getting was really very slow. So also I have just like the base paper that I have gone on with was this MDCNN, on which I focused the most. And then for the IoT measures, like if we're just considering with the security issues, there was a paper in which it has been shown how smartly we can proactivize the healthcare diseases. But still this approach is quite expensive if we'll consider that. So these are the research gaps that I found while. Yes, sir.
Your work is meta-heuristic, right?
Yeah, meta-heuristic algorithm.
Right. And whatever literature review you have just shown us, it is on basic AI, ML, and deep learning kind of techniques, right?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Should I infer that at present no meta-heuristic technique is being placed as far as medical data is concerned?
Sir, no, there are various techniques that are being used.
So,
yeah.
Then the review should be on the context on which you are preparing, you are presenting something.
Sir, actually in this this modified deep convolutional neural network and this heuristic HUS algorithm has been already, they are using meta-heuristic technique, like they are using hunting search over it.
Okay, you just come to your work, right?
Yeah. So like few of them I've just gone on with, they are using it. Even I have just done a research in which whale optimization has been done. That meta-heuristic approach is being used.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the basic research gaps, like the classifiers have poor recall values. We are not getting that much of positive rates. And the results are being consistent with the, basically, sir, in various papers, when I read, the two major issues were the security and that has been modified. Every time we do a research, we get some more accurate values if the algorithm would be correctly implemented. So the optimization and the security, these are the two research gaps on which I'm just presenting this paper, and currently the more research is going on.
And how this prediction is going to be linked with security?
Sir, security, like in the sense, suppose we are designing a model that would be given to a doctor. So once the patient data that we are monitoring, it is being always be provided to the doctor in some format, like zip format or any other format. So once the data is being sent, there are, like, before providing any optimization to it, it is being sent to a doctor or to the researchers who is using it. And there are huge chances of hacking of that data, and the data might be altered by some people. So
have you addressed the security issue also?
Sir, in my paper, I've just addressed it, yes. Like only the theoretical part of it, not implementation, but like in my major research project, I have used the algorithm modified.
Theoretically, how can you secure the data? I'm not able to understand.
No, sir, not theoretically. Like basically, there are algorithms that have been implemented over it. We can see that, sir, basically, like, sir, just for a second.
See, as a...
So like elliptic curve cryptography we have for securing the algorithms. And there are other various techniques we can provide over. Just, sir, like my research right now, my research is basically on how we can tune up the parameters. But if we'll just go on with the model, firstly, we have to secure the data set and then tune it up. Is my screen is visible?
No.
All right.
Yes, now it is.
Yeah, yes.
You get me slide number 9, I think. Priyanka, what is this 9?
This one, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, my screen got freezed. Yes. This one?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Priyanka, how you have assembled the classifiers? What are the different classifiers that you have assembled?
So, ma'am, basically, there are two classifiers, deep CNN and the basically bidirectional long short-term memory. And inside that, there is also one that is fuzzy-based decision tree classifier. And these two, like deep CNN and this.
What is the logic behind the ensembling? मतलब एक की output जो है वो दूसरे को as input pass हुई है या कुछ और criteria रखा है?
No, ma'am. Once output is being passed towards an input to the other, like CNN classifier output is been passed as a output to input as for deep bidirectional neural network, because like these are the two classifiers, and they're inside these two of them are using the feature selection algorithm or the basics. That
इस समय तो मेटा ह्यूरिस्टिक आए नहीं बेटा कहीं प्रियंका.
Yes, sir.
इस समय तो मेटा ह्यूरिस्टिक आए नहीं.
Sir, this social hunting and this worm-based algorithm, they applied with the meta heuristic, like feature selection is going on in between them.
Worm application, huh?
Swarm.
Yes, sir. Yeah, swarm application.
Can you let me know what are the characteristics of swarm optimization?
Sir, it basically work on the social behavior of birds, and we can say on the fishing, like the schooling, testing schoolings of fishes. Basically, it works on the social behavior of birds, like they will just search about the particles are being scattered all over, and then the predator will search for the prey.
And how do we come to the converging point?
Converging point, which sir?
When we are going for certain meta heuristic, right?
The exploration and exploitation.
First of all, it explores and then it converts, right?
Yes,
so
sir. Yes, sir.
How do we decide about this convergence of a meta heuristic scheme?
Sir, convergence would be decided by the exploiting phase. The exploitation that we do at the end. So in which the global optima would be exercised.
And how many classes you are coming out with your classifier?
Sir, classes in the sense?
Your work is on classification of heart disease.
Yeah.
So
sir, I have used labels.
How many classes the result has? 2 classes, 3 classes, 4 classes?
Sir, basically there are total 14 attributes on which I have worked, and labels that I have used are 2, 1 and 0 for predicting the heart disease, whether the patients are being suffering or they are healthy or they are not healthy.
Can you show the diagrammatic representation of the comparisons of with the closest work?
Diagrammatic, yeah. This one, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you can move to the full screen.
Yes, sir.
This is not the way to do full screen.
Sir, just wait. I have the pictures, if that would be. Is it visible?
I'm not asking about visibility. I'm
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So which ones is yours? Color on the top?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, the top one. That is in green.
Can you enlarge the screen, Priyanka?
Okay, just go ahead with the your result analysis. Kindly explain that, and also explain the trade-off. I think green is not always on the top, na? So just please show us, explain the trade-off between the various results and show the implication of your works. Explain the implication of your works.
Sir, means the basic comparison meters that you're asking.
I'm asking about your result analysis, what you have deduced out of your work. What is the implication of your work is?
So basically, I have just worked on these 4 parameters. Once the algorithm has been designed, after that, after doing the testing and training, I have just provided accuracy, sensitivity, specificity, and F measures values to all the algorithms that I got on.
मेरा सिंपल सवाल ये है, आपके काम का आउटपुट क्या है? आपने क्या फाइंडिंग्स निकल रखी हैं? आपका
एल्गोरिथम,
लेट मी कंप्लीट. आपका एल्गोरिथम किन पैरामीटर्स पे बेटर है, कहाँ पे वो लैग कर रहा है या हर जगह पर आगे जा रहा है, उसके बारे में एक्सप्लेन करिए. और उसका हार्ट डिसीज से क्या रिलेशनशिप है, रियल लाइफ जो पेशेंट है उसको कैसे एडवांटेज मिलने वाला है, एप्लीकेशन के ऊपर भी फोकस करिएगा. थोड़ा डिटेल आंसर दीजिए.
ठीक है सर. सर, like this right now, this particle swarm optimization in which I haven't used any feature selection. So basically it is not that much efficient on real-time applications.
Okay,
and
you agree on that your process is not efficient?
Sir, right now it is slightly efficient towards real-time applications.
Always listen to me carefully. Always give quantitative analysis rather than giving the slightly better. These are not the words now expected from the students which are coming up now. You have to be very specific about the results.
Okay, sir.
It is 2% better, it is 3% better. It should be, the answer should be like that. And you have done that calculation. Only thing is you have to just come up with the numbers.
Sir, like these numbers you're asking about.
This is your work, na?
Yes, sir.
So numbers means numbers. Please answer.
Sir, like the percentage, like previously the algorithms, those who have already done with the work, my percentage towards their like about that particular data accuracy is far better as compared to them. There is a percentage, there is a 0.045% increase in the when this algorithm is compared with that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Last question, beta. Huh? You have used sensitivity, specificity, F-score, and accuracy.
Yes, sir.
Right. Can you just let me know what is the difference between F-score and accuracy?
Sir, F measure and accuracy.
Yeah.
Sir, so basically accuracy has been done like to predict the true positive and true negative all over about the all over result upon all over result. And F measure is basically done on recall and precision value.
If you just go with this, then everything is coming from the confusion matrix.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. If it is coming from the confusion matrix.
Yes, sir.
Right. So why do we have this kind of measures? Every measure has got its own capability to convey something that is relevant to the context, or it is something that when we are saying this X, this is 1 minus X, this is 1 plus X. What is the difference basically? And what measure should we use in what places?
Sir, so basically, if we just only want to find out how much true positive values are coming out of the output.
What do you mean by
only the
positive?
Predicted? Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by true positive?
Ma'am, true positive means like the tested value and the predicted value. If the predicted value is yes and the tested value is also yes, then it is true positive.
And false positive?
False positive means, ma'am, if the tested value like already present output was negative and the value also came negative, that is true negative.
मैंने false positive पूछा था.
False positive?
Yes.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If the like false means suppose a patient is not having the heart disease, like he is not suffering from any heart disease. That is that is the output. Like if my label is 0 and the output that I got is also 0, that is false negative.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Now I would like to call upon the next team at paper finding OCE and
Good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Ankita, you're audible. Can you please start your presentation as well as your video cam?
So my video is visible?
No, it is not.
So now the video is visible?
Yes, it is now.
Thank you, sir. I am Dr. MAIT Kumari from Chandigarh University, Mohali. I am going to present my paper. Paper title is 5G based full duplex hybrid OCTMA VLC system for secure IoT applications. In this paper, I will first of all present the abstract, introduction, literature review, research gap, system design, results analysis, conclusion and references. Abstract. In this work, a full duplex hybrid VLC, that is visible light communication and optical code reaching multiple subjects OCDMA for varied transmission range and data rate for different codes and light emitting type, that is LED, is analyzed effectively. The simulation result shows that out of all the code, random diagonal RD code offers high VLC.
Excuse me, are you reading from somewhere?
No, sir.
Okay, you're a bit faster. Just if you can please tone down.
Sorry. Definitely. Thank you, sir.
And also give a move to your slides as well.
Sir, actually, I am moving, but I think that is not visible. But I will not presenting.
Now it is.
Definitely. I will now move in this way. So thank you, sir. First of all, I will present your abstract introduction, literature review, research gap, system design, result analysis, conclusion. Okay. So the abstract. In this work, a full duplex hybrid VLC, visible light communication, and optical code division multiple access OCDMA for varied transmission range and data rate for different codes and light emitting LEDs has been analyzed. The simulation result shows that out of all the codes, random diagonal RD codes offer high VLC range, that is 70 meter in uplink and 55 meter in down, at 10 gigabits information rate than multi-diagonal as well as the zero cross-correlation codes. Also, the high data rate of 90 gigabits per second in uplink and 75 gigabits per second in downlink can be obtained by applying the red LED and RD codes in the design system over 10 meter VLC. In addition, the comparison performance of the proposed work with other previous work is presented to show superiority.
75 GPS in downlink.
Here in this literature review, I have just reviewed so many papers.
Previous slide, please.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. This one, sir?
The next one.
This one.
Okay, next.
Okay. This is the few paper I am just describing here that is related to my work. That was a work presented in 16, 20, 21, and 22. And they have used a different multiplexing in WDM VLC, and some have used a wired VLC, and the range is still limited, like having the 50 kilometer is a wide and 10 meter in VLC. So VLC range is still limited, is that, and that is a sum, but having the sum of the disadvantage in data rate as well as transmission range in the VLC range. So my objective in this work is that I have to improve the data range as well as the transmission performance in terms of transmission range. And my contribution of the proposed work is that to design a full duplex hybrid VLC OCDMA system. Secondly, to compare the design system for different OCDMA system to enhance its security by using different type of code like MD code, RD code, VLCC code. And then we have to identify the system performance for varied VLC range as well as the transmission range. This is the proposed design. In this proposed design, I have just analyzed that this is the figure one. Yes, sir, definitely, sir. In this proposed design that shows in figure on left side, it shows that it has the 4 transmitter, 4 receiver, it working at bidirectional. So I have used the bidirectional VLC channel. For transmission of the data of the VLC channel at transmitter side, I have used a 4x1 multiplexer and 4x1 demultiplexer at the receiver side is to be there. And here I have just analyzed here that in the each transmitter and receiver side, different type of components are used. For the each transmitter, I have used the random bit sequence at 10 gigabits per second, no return to zero. The data format is there, laser input that is performing at some input light is there, and max and modulator is to be used here to modulate the input signals with a laser input. And then we have transmitter over the different transmission ranges. And the receiver side, we have the photodetector to convert the optical light to electrical low pass filter to reduce the noises, and VE analyzer to analyze the output in terms of bit error rate, eye diagrams, and many other factors. So this is a performance parameter I have used. Input light, input power I have used for the inner transmitter one, that is 10 dBm for downstream and upstream for 0 dBm. Secondly, result and discussions. In this figure, left side, I have just shown here the
Move to the next slide. We cannot see that. Just click
actually, okay, sir.
Yes.
So actually, whenever I have seen the result and discussion, I have analyzed on the left side that BER versus VLC range. I have just observed for downstream, upstream both. For the 3 type of the core, RD, MD, and ZCC, out of all the codes, I have observed that RD code performs well as compared to the MD and ZCC code. And in both the direction, RD code performs better. Secondly, I have observed that whenever the transmission range, VLC range increases, the performance decreases because BER value increases. So at 10⁻³ BER value, I have just considered at threshold value. I have just observed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your presentation is not actually, we are not audible. Actually, you are speaking very fast. So we are not actually, we can either see your slides or we can listen you, but nothing is possible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I will just slow down my speaker. Whenever, thank you, sir. Thank you. Sorry.
Like the way you are talking now, it is also not, we are getting that what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
So
BER versus VLC range.
And please put your slide on presentation mode.
Ma'am, actually, whenever just presenting here in this mode, whenever just shifting, it's not
in this
visible.
Sentence, in the last sentence, I only got madam. The other things are not audible at all.
So can I repeat first from the first slide? Should I have to continue?
You can no need to repeat. No. Just give that what the main contribution you did in your work and what are the conclusions. You just tell these two things. Okay.
This is
presentation को उस पे full screen mode पे ला सकते हो?
Ma'am, actually, when I'm just viewing on full screen, it's not visible. When I'm just shifting from one slide to another
अच्छा ठीक है, चलिए कोई बात नहीं, आगे चलिए.
Definitely, this is my proposed design. In this proposed design, I have just.
ये आपने समझा दिया, चलिए next पे आइए.
Okay, sir. This is my results, and in this
results में आपका वाला कौन सा है?
Sir, these.
क्योंकि visibility है.
Sir, actually, I have just seen this result. I have analyzed all the result in OptiSystem simulation software, and all these RD and DXC code I have observed here for the different VLC ranges in bidirectional transmissions. Here, I have taken a VER parameter to observe the performance.
ऊपर वाला पैरामीटर है वो आपके हैं और नीचे वाले किसके हैं? ये आप upstream downstream.
Sir, actually, I have designed a system. In system, firstly, I have put RD code, then I have put MT code and ZCC code. All the
that is fine. I'm just asking, is there any comparison with the closest work?
Sir, actually, I have compared in the last slide after result and discussion with other results.
दोबारा दिखा दीजिए.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. So this is the comparison table of my work.
ये slide आपने शायद दिखाई नहीं थी.
Actually, this slide comes at the end whenever presenting all my results. Still, 2 results are pending from my side. Should I explain?
This is a 70.
So should I explain the results once more?
MAIT.
Yes, sir.
How come that whatever results of your proposed work you are presenting in the slide, it is far more better than any of the existing one? You are coming out to be maximum range as far as VLC range is concerned. That is 70, and the nearest to this one is 10. This 7-fold increase. How come?
Yes, sir. Sir, first of all, I have analyzed that what was the previously they have not done. Previously, in the previous work, I have seen they have not used the multiplexing techniques. Definitely, they have used a WDM, but they don't use the OCDMA techniques. With OCDMA techniques, we can send the data over long distance transmission with a high security. So what I have done in my system, I have used the OCDMA techniques with a different type of codes. Besides this, I have compared the code, which code is working preferably in my system, because each code having its own properties. I have realized that RD code is performing well as compared to the other codes, and it's providing me the more distance. Even we can see here that the ZCC code providing me 40 meter. It is still limited. So I have used another code, RD code. I have tested this experiment with RD code, MD code, and ZCC. This is only the 1D code I will just use here.
And now, one more thing, Amit.
Yes, sir.
You have just linked your work with secure IoT applications.
Yes,
right?
sir.
I would like to listen something on this. What is secure IoT application as far as your work is concerned?
Definitely, sir. Whenever we are talking about VLC, visible light communication, it's a green communication and it's a 5G communication. And in future, whenever we want to communicate the light technology with the IoT, it will definitely help in various applications, underwater, hospital application, chemical industries, and many other industries, whenever we cannot use the RF technology, radio frequencies are there. So VLC will be definitely used in that case. Secondly, if we are using the VLC can be used in sensor system as a IoT communication. So if I have to secure the VLC technology, VLC communication, I have to use a different aspect. Here I have used the coding concept, how I can secure my IoT communication by using the VLC for the different applications in the 5G and in the future.
Have you ever done a certain comparison on the energy consumption stats?
Sorry, sir.
Let's say your proposed model or your proposed technique, if you are having certain computation done in your lab or whatever. So what is the note on energy consumption on this? On
sir,
this
actually,
on such a high data rate, you coded 90 Gbps uplink, 70 Gbps downlink. What was the power consumption?
So actually, in the simulation of OptiSystem software, we have just taken, I have taken the most of the, that is the experimental results values. That is very much low. However, this is not experimental. Experimental will be, real value will be different from the simulation value. I know that fact. But first of all, I have just analyzed to show that if we are performing the VLC system in such a way, definitely we will get the performance high as compared to the other VLC system that we have used in the previous work. So in the simulation, I have used some of the shortcoming like thermal noise I have used. Even I have considered the other noises that.
Meet,
yes,
can you conclude, please?
Yes, definitely, sir. So this is my comparison I have done, that is 70 meter and then 90 kilobits per second. This is my conclusion. It is considered that RD code present the finest performance with VLC range of 70 meter in uplink, 55 meter in on that downlink section. So downlink should be there. Then MD as well as access code at the ER threshold value at 10 gigabits per second. The transmission data rate can be extended to 90 gigabits per second, 90 and 75 gigabits per second uplink and downlink direction respectively, using the RD codes, using the red LED. Besides this, I have just seen here that my work is, my performed work is better as compared to other previous work, and this can be used definitely for long reach high speed applications, for underwater smart home and 5G applications, and more than these applications too. So this is my conclusion, and these are my references I have just given.
Thank you, Meet.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next.
Paper number 12, please proceed.
आंसर ये है कि मैं दूसरी स्लाइड दूसरे पे नहीं जाता ऑल टैप करके उसमें मूव लग जाएगा
पेपर टाइटल बायोमेट्रिक डिस्क्रिप्शन मेथड फॉर सिक्योर फिंगरप्रिंट विदाउट एनवायरमेंट
So is my screen visible to you all? Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, yes. You are audible.
Hope my screen is visible to you in slide mode.
Open your camera kindly.
Yes, I did it. Just a minute. Am I visible now?
Yeah, you're visible.
Can I start, sir?
Can you just move to the first slide first?
Probably I am on my first slide. Is it?
No, you are not.
I'm not.
First slide is of the title. Your introduction related work is visible.
But to me, it is visible on first slide only.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Your name is?
Sir, just a second. I'll reshare.
No, it's all right. Your name is you, and we are just asking your name.
Acha. Sir, myself, Pooja Khanna. I'm from MAIT University, and this work is basically a biometric-based encryption method for secure data.
And what capacity you are?
Cloud environment.
Pooja.
Sir, yes, sir.
In what capacity you are presenting this thing? Are you a scholar or what, or are you a faculty or
No,
what?
sir. I'm working as an assistant professor in MAIT University, and this work is basically my student's work, Gaurangi Prakash. She is a BTech student, and unfortunately, right now she is having her NSEM examination, so she couldn't present it. So on behalf of her, I would
kindly go ahead.
I appreciate. Please go ahead.
And the thing is that, sir, I cannot explain you the implementation she did, but yes, I can try my best to explain you what
Kindly
was
go
the
ahead,
platform
please.
with which she started. Yeah. So these are the, if my slide visible to you, these are the things which you ask us
Yes,
to
please move to the next slide.
interaction related work and all. I'm so sorry, sir, abstract is not in bullet format, but I'll give you an idea about what exactly we ask the student to cover up. So
Just move to the next slide.
objective-
Abstract means
Okay.
abstract is not visible here.
Abstract, sir, I don't know, but I am moving my slides and it is visible to me. Why it is not? Sir, maybe we are facing.
Just stop sharing and then reshare.
Okay, fine. I'll do.
Stop sharing and then
sharing or normal check.
ठीक कर दो सर, ठीक कर दो
सर। ठीक है, मैं कर सकता हूँ। मेरी इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्री पूरी सही है।
हाँ, उसके एंड पे जाना।
यहाँ बैठे बैठे करा
भी करा सकते हैं। भूल गए हो आप लोग कैसे चलते?
यहीं से देखो।
अरे दोबारा शेयर करना है।
म्यूट होना।
स्टॉप शेयर एंड ये बिस्किट इसमें चला जाएगा।
सर म्यूट करवा दो।
Sorry, sir, but sir, is it visible now?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Ma'am, share again and do not use a presentation view.
Just a second, sir.
Sure.
It is not visible actually. Why I'm not very sure.
Share again.
Share your screen.
Your screen sharing is paused. Why? I don't know.
I started screen sharing. Ma'am, actually there's some network issue at your end and it will start.
Maybe some internet issue, but
मैडम आप अपनी वीडियो
can I
क्लोज
stop
कर
my
दो।
video for a while?
Yes,
maybe?
yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Try now. Co-host. Ma'am, please try to share again.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to do that.
Yes, fine. It's visible. Now do not use the presentation view. Just go ahead with this mode only. All right.
Should I share it in slide mode?
No. This mode works fine.
Okay.
All right.
So hope my first slide is visible to you. That is the biometric based encryption title.
Correct.
Shall I start with my?
Yeah, you may proceed. You may proceed. Thank you.
Okay. So these are the topics which are there. Sir, if I go with the abstract, the idea behind giving my student the work is that we wanted to we ask her to create a system or work over a system where we can put the data on cloud in more secure way. So as we all know that these days, either is an individual or a business, everybody is putting their data on cloud. So we would like to put the data in a more secure way over the cloud. And for that matter, we ask her to study about the different encryption techniques which are there, which can be used to make the data more secure over the cloud. So that was the idea with which we started with, and she studied different encryption techniques there, and she come up with the idea of key update and cloud service provider, where we can use the key update and cloud service provider. So it's a server which can help you in creating the secure keys for you, and you can use them for storing your data over the cloud. So the concept was like we can use this key update KU CSP providers for creating the public key and storing the data using those keys over the cloud and retrieving the data. So that was one of the basic objective with which we started this work. And then we identified that there is a gap that the available encryption techniques which were there, they are not so secure. So to enhance the security, there are a few techniques like identity based encryption techniques which are there. We can work upon them. So in case of identity based techniques, the idea is that we can use the identity of a person instead of using certain string there, like maybe their name or their person ID or customer ID. Instead of using that, we can use their personality identities for storing the data. So for example, biometric is the concept which we started with, that we can use the biometric values for creating the public the keys and then storing the data over the cloud, which make it more secure. So that was the idea with which we started. If I talk about the architecture, so this is the architecture where this KU CSP is that this key user service providers are being used for generating the keys and using those keys and
Excuse
users.
me, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Madam, this previous slide where you show your you just saw us your work. Now, I just want to know, how do you differentiate this with Kerberos?
Sir, I'm not audible. How I should differentiate with?
This, you just saw an ID scheme, right? This particular figure, identity-based encryption, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is. You are showing that we are going for this and that. Now, I just want to know how this is different from Kerberos.
No, sir. Probably I'm not familiar with the term.
Ma'am, there is a method known as Kerberos.
Again, Kerberos is something that is target this particular security aspect, that is entity-based encryption and all. So, have you have any idea for this or not?
No, sir. Probably we missed that term in our literature survey. Probably we not covered that. Maybe that is one thing which is there. But we compared the technique with the other encryption techniques which are there. So we just in this work, so it may be an initial work, which could be a part of more bigger work. We can use this biometric thing in creating applications in such scenarios where the security is very high. The major concern.
So you please emphasize on this biometric data for securing this. Which biometric data are you using, and how this data is going to secure data sharing? Please emphasize on that specifically.
Yeah. So, sir, so we during the literature survey, the student, she identified that a few work was done on the fingerprint data. So she tried to use the Irish data for the same matter, and she succeeded in that. She was able to use Irish data for creating the public key and storing the data over the cloud, and that is the work she did. The future work she's in fact she is currently in doing that. So while you are storing your data using IBE, you can store the time stamps there. Fine, you can.
Ms. Khanna,
Yeah.
means your work is majorly related to this. With the help of this biometric, you are generating some kind of number which you are dividing into public and private and placing the public on the cloud.
Yes,
This is your complete work, no?
Yes, sir. And then not only this,
I have seen just means there are certain more works on the same concepts are available. How is your different?
Yeah, so the thing is that we are also we are also trying to get the timestamp, like for how long we would like to store this data on the cloud, so that we can enhance the efficiency of the cloud storage as well. So in our structure, we not only
So can you please repeat this concept that how long you can place your data means?
Sir, so we are while we are creating this key, we also we are trying to capture the time stamp into that key, and we would like
the timestamp was the another number which was given with the hash value of the biometric.
We would like to store, we'd like put the information for a particular time only. So for example, this data will be, this key will be like active for a time period only. So this will
session based.
Yeah, time based. So after that, if the key is lost, the data is lost, and if the data is lost, that means we are storing this.
So how you can just I've understood what you have done. So how your work is unique means how you can say that this has not yet been done.
So I am not saying this is not being done, but we are using this for a different applications. So it was initial work, and we are trying to.
So just a second. The approach is the used, and the application is the uniqueness of your work. You're saying this.
Yeah. We are trying to apply this. Yeah, that is the.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Is there any more thing which?
No. Thank you very much.
Okay. So
okay.
Can I?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Over the course of 6 months, the faculties, researchers, and other members of CSE department have worked tirelessly to develop and implement their ideas, leveraging their knowledge and continuously putting their efforts to make this symposium a grand success.
Now it's time for giving the certificates and token of appreciation. So I would like to invite Dr. Vishal Gupta, sir, to give certificate to Ankur Rawat. Sir, please. I would like to invite Dr. Pooja Gupta ma'am to give certificate to Sanskar Sharma. Now it's time for the token of appreciation. We would like to invite Dr. Pooja Gupta ma'am to present the token of appreciation to Professor Dr. Vishal Gupta sir. Please give him a big round of applause. Now I would like to invite Anupam sir to present token of appreciation to Dr. Pooja Gupta ma'am.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Fazil Kidwai sir to present token of appreciation to Dr. Ashish Khanna sir.
Thank you all. Now it gives us immense privilege to invite Dr. Deepak Gupta to honor the dais for the vote of thanks. Dr. Deepak Gupta sir, please. He is the Symposium Chair of SNS FAIT 2023. Please give him a big round of applause.
Good evening, everyone present here in this international symposium. It is an honor for me to give vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee of the international symposium on securing next generation systems using future AI technologies, SNS FAIT 2023. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Nandkishore Garg sir, Founder and Chief Advisor MAITs and Chancellor MAU, Shri Vineet Kumar Lohia sir, Chairman MAITs, Shri SP Agarwal ji, Executive Chairman MAITs, Shri PR Garg ji, General Secretary MAITs, Professor ML Goyal sir, Vice Chairman Academics, Professor Neelam Sharma ma'am, Director MAIT, Professor S.S. Deswal sir, Dean Academics MAIT, Professor Namita Gupta ma'am, HOD CSC, and all other respective HODs, faculty members, panelists, delegates, session chairs, paper presenters, and participants of this symposium. I would like to thank our chief guest of the day, Professor Vivek Ashok Bora sir from IIT Delhi, and our session chair, Dr. Vishal Gupta sir, and is from NSUT. We are very grateful and honored to have them in this symposium. I would take this opportunity to thank IEEE ComSoc Society Delhi chapter for the collaboration as an organizing partner. I would like to thank again Professor Ashok, Professor Vivek Bora, Chair IEEE ComSoc Delhi chapter, and all other IEEE ComSoc Executive Committee members. We are looking forward for more such collaborations with IEEE ComSoc Society in future. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Professor Roberto from CEUR Workshop Proceedings, to publish our proceeding indexed by Scopus, Web of Science, DBLP, and other reputed databases. This symposium, organized by Department of CSC in collaboration with IEEE ComSoc Delhi chapter, sponsored by CEUR Workshop Proceedings, witness an expert talk and the paper presentations by author on cutting-edge technologies related to securing next-generation systems using AI technologies. My sincere thanks goes to HOD CSC, Professor Namita Gupta ma'am, who have supported us during the entire process to organize this symposium in a successful manner. She has been very polite in listening our problems and dealing with it. I would like to thank the organizing team members of this symposium. Although all the faculties of CSC department are here to support to organize this conference, but here I will take some of the names. Mr. Yogesh Sharma, Mr. Anupam Kumar, Dr. Sandeep Tayal, Mr. Ashish Sharma, Dr. Fazil Kitwai, Mr. Mulchan Sharma, Dr. Ashish Khanna, Ms. Savita Sharma, Ms. Ruchi Goyal, Ms. Jamir Fatima, Dr. Jyoti Kaushik, Ms. Prerna, Miss Ankita Gupta, Miss Shalu Juneja, Mr. Ajay Kumar Tiwari, Miss Garima Gupta, Miss Kavita Sharma, Mr. Alok Sharma, and all other faculties of CSE department. Without them, this would not be possible. At last, but not the least, I would like to thank our volunteers from student community who are working for organizing this symposium in such a successful manner. I would also like to thank all the participants of 6 accepted papers who have participated in the session. Thank you so much, everyone, for making SNS FPIIT 2023 a huge success. We will be looking forward for your kind support in future as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. The end of the story is the new beginning for many others. So on this note, let's conclude a remarkable, a memorable, and a knowledgeable session. On behalf of MAIT, we sincerely thank all of you for being with us this evening and enlightening us with their enthusiastic remarks.
I shower my gratitude to all the professors and everyone of MAIT family for their wholehearted support in the success of this event. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Last but not least, we would like to request everyone for a group photograph to commemorate this special occasion. All of you are requested to please have a group photograph in front of block 1. Yeah, that's right. You are the host. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.